Passion is energy. Feel the power that comes from focusing on what excites you. Today we have with us Shruthi Kulkarni, who's a senior product manager. Hi, Shruthi.
Hi, Prachi.
Yeah. So let us start with a bit about how has your childhood been and how did the career ambitions grow inside you as a child?
Sure. I come from a very, very big family, right? And I'm one of the youngest ones. So, from the beginning, I don't think we ever frowned upon working women or women having the choice to work and or be a stay-at-home mom. I have I have aunties who've chosen to work. Most of them were driven because they wanted to work and have extra income flow into the homes. But I am glad they still had the choice. And while I was growing up as well, I used to get good grades, good marks, and my family has nothing been more than just supporting all the time and encouraging me. And they took so much pride in my academics, and they only had very high hopes for me. They always made me feel that I can do something in life. So, and my father has never ever discriminated between me and my brother, or made us feel that I should have any less ambitions just because I'm a girl or a woman. And he's always expected the same things from me and my brother.
Okay, so did the way that you were brought up, did it also impact when you were deciding a husband for yourself?
So when I was looking for a partner or a husband, I think I had the same thing in my mind. Someone who would respect my career, my choice to have a professional career, and would respect the ambitions and goals that I have as much as I would respect his. So that's what I was looking for, and I'm glad I found someone like that who respects the kind of ambitions I have, the goals I have, and makes space for me to grow.
Okay, that's really nice. And what do you think is the importance of a professional career for you?
I think it's a very personal choice, right? I'm not going to say professional career is very important. It's just I feel it's important for me. I just thought this is something that I will be good at, and a corporate experience or corporate success is what I wanted to pursue. Somebody else might feel like they want to stay at home and look after their kids. That's totally fine as well. Whatever floats one's boat, right? I think it just comes to that. Personally, I feel this is what. I wanted to put my focus on, and I wanted to grow in. I wanted to be good at. I wanted to be known for, and that is where that's the path I am on right now.
Should you really highlight like the thing which we have been trying to highlight so far, which is find your calling. So you've really highlighted that in what you said last. So you have a child who's about 2 years old now. Am I correct?
18 months, yes.
18 months. Okay. So how did you plan to be a working mother, and then with all the pandemic, and then how did the journey work out?
So I look at this whole pandemic and work from home situation with a very silver lining approach. Okay, that I get to be at home. I get to see him grow. I get to be with him, and I get to work as well. And when I was pregnant, I should tell you, by God's grace, I had a normal pregnancy. I didn't have any complications, and that's why at every point in time, my doctor was so encouraging, and she told me that work as long as you can. And I worked. Until 1 week before my delivery, she even encouraged me to do jhadu pocha at home and to be as physically active as possible. But that's because my case was like that. And then my company provided me 7 months of maternity leave. So after that, I chose to come back to work after the leave ended. And after that, I think every single day we are all about planning and prioritizing. And I have to say, at that point in time when I was transitioning, my husband and my mother stepped up to make sure this transition is as smooth as possible for me, because it's not just that you finished your maternity leave and you're back to work just like that. There are so many other things you need to balance out. So my husband chose to take a temporary break for that period of time. And my mother came in from Hyderabad to help me out with the household chores. But I do want to say some of my managers also back at work, they have tried to make this transition so smooth for me. Never have they thought that she's a new mother or she's a working mother, and they have brought it in the way of making choices like, should we give her extra responsibilities, or should we get her on this project? Never have they thought from that lens. They've always given me the chance to make a choice that, hey, this is coming up, do you want to do something like this, do you want to be involved in that? So they gave me that opportunity to take that decision myself rather than someone else taking that decision for me, thinking I'm like a new mother or a working mother. And that's what I think people at work need to do as managers. For new mothers or working mothers, number one, don't make the decision for them if they should be on a project or not, especially, of course, if the skill set and competency match. Don't let that come in the way, and let them make that choice. And if they say yes, make, do everything possible to make sure they have a safe space to work and succeed. And if they say no, make sure you also have a safe space so that they don't feel guilty of, making these trade-offs and making these decisions which may be emotionally a little heavy for them. So I have had a good support system at work and at home, which is making this easy for me.
Okay. I mean, to be honest, I have worked with you earlier and in the same team, and I can totally relate to the comfortable environment and the space that was created there. Um, Now, is there like a message that you'd want to share with our viewers before we end this?
There's one thing I've always believed in is women empowerment is about allowing women to make the decision with themselves. And in the same process, gender equality means whatever you're expecting from one gender, you're expecting from the other as well, right? You cannot look down on someone just because they chose to stay at home and take care of their kids. Just like you cannot look down on someone and call someone selfish because they choose to have ambitions and grow in their professional career. So I think be less judgmental and have those conversations with people back home or people whoever are a part of your circle who influence these decisions. So that's what I would say. Give space for everyone to grow and be what they want to be.
True, that's very, very true. And I remember once we were having a conversation around how your husband did decide to take a break, but there were not many resume programs right now which existed for men. We have heard of resume programs which exist for women, but we don't hear it so commonly for men.
I remember this conversation we had where I was venting it out, not venting it out, but I had this thought in mind because my husband chose to take a break. Now, if a woman chooses to take a break from work to take care of family, there are many corporates who have these programs who are waiting with open arms that please come and resume your professional career. We understand you took a break, but in this process what is happening is we are not encouraging men to take breaks, right? We're not creating an environment where men can choose to take a break for family, and they would know that yes, I can go back after 2 or 3 years, and the corporate is going to welcome me and not question me on a 2 or 3 year gap, or the not being on par with the industry in terms of skill sets and things like that.
Yeah, we can open up a safe space for men and women to take breaks because we know breaks are inevitable due to a lot of things. It was really nice talking to you. Thanks a lot for being with us.
Thank you for having me here, Prachi.